Wait, Louise? That means girl. Yeah, I'm on here. Make sure it's on there. That means girl, right? 99 orders complete, orders for Sam 60, standard orders 35, standard orders bought 3, supply request 1. Pieces of cargo picked up 91, pieces of lost cargo delivered 68. 6 completed with evolution of awesome or higher. Premiums completed with evolution of legendary or higher. 6 with types of premium delivery completed with evolution of legend of legends. So there was something higher than S. There was double S's apparently. 11 tumbles taken. Pieces of footwood worn out. Were any of them? Total water ingested 9,000 milliliters. Blood transfusion into Sam 10,000 milliliters. Total cryobites 1850. Total rest time 13 hours of rest time. Damn. Number of items fabricated only 25 out of 72. There's 72 items I could fabricate and I only made 25. Is there even 72? Have I even unlocked all 72 items yet? I know I didn't make all the bikes and all the trucks. I know I didn't make all the guns. I did leave the grenade launcher level 1 and I think level 2 I have. I left the shotgun and the riot shotgun alone. But I don't even think there's a total of 72 items I've unlocked yet. So there's a lot of items I haven't unlocked yet. Number of structures built 91. Road sections restored 29. Total distance traveled 325 kilometers. 43 hours. Total playtime was 43 hours, and at least 5 of those hours was not actually on live stream. 43 of those hours was not live streamed. Total weight delivered 4.3 tons. Total pieces of cargo delivered 332. Damn, connections made during the delivery. Soothed BB 20 times, got 322 likes from BB. My connection level is 4.5 stars. Bridges contracts made 30. UCA members recruited 26. I'm still missing like 4 or 5 of those. 3 stars or higher 10, 4 stars or higher 5, and max level 2. Connection with other players 1,233. Total likes received 168,026. And PC likes 35,725. And thank you everybody who helped me acquire that big ass number right there of 132,301 likes from other players. That's everybody who happened to be on my stream or happened to be on my little 100-person server. I want to thank you all so much. If you happen to come across this video in the future, thank you for those likes. That was awesome. I plan on keep playing this game if it will let me. Let's see. My portal grade 227. I am a skilled courier. I want to become the master courier eventually, hopefully. And then next, what is next? I got the music not around. I got I'll Keep Coming. Tonight. BB's theme. Almost Nothing featuring. Okay. Kea, Please Don't Stop, More Journals About Sam's Return, Memories of Cliff, and Change Color Scheme. While the credits were playing, I was listening to Jack's review of the game, and he has a lot of things that I think that I find quite similar. There's a few things I didn't find. He found a few things that he didn't like as much, and it didn't bother me. Tomorrow is in your hands. I knew I'd be able to keep playing. Thank you. so I can finish every side mission, get max stars with every single area. Maybe I'll even do a quick live stream sometime down the road where it shows me completing the last star, and I'll have that as record on YouTube forever type of thing.
Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Well, look who's awake. Morning, Sam.
The wedding's back on.
Hear your vitals of
Her husband's trying to pass.
Not that it's your fault, but what I wouldn't give to trade places. We're all stuck in the president's office, working like dogs to get everything ready in time for the inauguration. But at least one of us is still free as a bird. You should head out. Make the most of it. Could even do some orders if you wanted. Might do you good to get back in the game. You may recall it was raining buckets back when you left for Amelie's Beach. We took a real beating at the time, but we've done our best to service the structures and vehicles in the area.
Now,
So you know, any cargo that was stored in your private locker at a damaged facility should have been transferred to your private locker here at this distro center. Anyway, busy or not, we'll still be on the end of the line
No.
if you need us. And if you want some alone time, we should be able to manage for now. Just make sure you're back in time for the big day, all right? See you then. Hey, Sam, you sure you don't have any unfinished business?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Big Boss Pow used my generator. Thank you. Path laid down was used by someone else. Path used by someone else. Likes received from Shamrock Samuus. Cool. Okay, so let's just pause it and break down the game for a few minutes, shall we? I did something really important. I made sure not to learn about this game past the very first teaser trailer they showed of Norman Reedus on the beach looking at dead whales and a baby coming out of his throat. That weird, phenomenal, mind-blowing trailer that made everybody go, what the fuck is Death Stranding? I think that was the best idea I had. It allowed me to not become overhyped. I made sure that I didn't become overly obsessed with it and think it's going to be the greatest game ever. I just knew it was going to be a good game. One, Hideo Kojima was behind it. That, to me, automatically is a thumbs up no matter what. Was it down? Okay. It really did make... It made it so I wasn't what a lot of other people were. A lot of people had their expectations set to... Yeah, I have a camera for this damn thing. A lot of you, you'll be able to see me, but set way into the sky. This was going to be the greatest game ever devised. No other game could ever compare to it. Could never be beat by it. Blah, 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 blah. My expectations were not that high for this game. My expectations were set at it's Hideo Kojima, creator of Metal Gear Solid, amongst many other games, but his most well-known that I know of at least is Metal Gear Solid. Created Metal Gear Solid 5, and look how amazing that game was. I'm going to keep it on par, maybe a teensy bit lower, because I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. A teensy bit lower than Metal Gear Solid. The minute I started this game up, and I started live streaming it, my expectations slowly rised higher and higher until it was above Metal Gear Solid, and it never stopped climbing. My expectations, my excitement for this game, not expectations, but my enjoyment of the game, my everything for this game just shot way past Metal Gear Solid. This is, in my honest opinion, 100% Kojima's best work to date. I kind of feel like he's got a problem for the future now. And the biggest problem he's going to have in the future is going to be what a lot of artists have. A lot of artists, like musicians and actors and whatnot, have. They get to this peak and can never be beat. You can never get above this. Example, Psy. Gangnam Style came out. Nothing could beat Gangnam Style. Don't get me wrong, Mother, Father, Gentleman is good. Some of his other songs after Gangnam Style was good. But Gangnam Style was still the epitome, the peak of his music career. Nothing can get higher than that. You have movies like Terminator 2. That's one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movie to date. It even surpassed Predator, which was one of his best movies at the time. You got the Mona Lisa. He painted that, and I can't remember the guy who painted it right now for the life of me. Was it Da Vinci? Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa? Nothing can be done. He couldn't beat that artwork. Michelangelo, I think, painted the 16th Chapel, the ceiling. He could never surpass that. That was his greatest achievement. I think this might just be Kojima's greatest achievement. And if he can ever find a way to surpass this, even I will be shocked. That being said, does not mean this game does not have its flaws. The first main flaw that I can talk about, that isn't a flaw to me, but for the majority of the public, is the fact that this game is a walking simulator. It's a walking simulator that's never been done before. No one's ever done a walking simulator like this. And when you get to add the vehicles that are on, it does help with the walking simulation part. But it still is, at its core, gameplay-wise, point A, point B, from point B to point C, from point C to point D, from point D back to A. You pick up cargo here, drop off cargo there, pick up cargo there, drop off cargo somewhere else. And like Jack actually said, on paper, that is a snooze fest for sure. Boring as hell. But what makes the game, the walking simulation part of this game, good is quite a few things. Let's point out some of those. I'm going to point out some of those things. One, the scenery. Almost everybody has said this about this game. The graphics and the photorealism of a lot of the scenery in this game is amazingly gorgeous. The fact that I can go out here, really controller, fine, be low, okay. The fact that I can go out here. Now I can't get to those mountains behind me, but I can see that incinerator right there. Too far for me to scan, but I can see it. I can see the incinerator, and I can go to it. I can go to the top of that peak right there if I wanted to. like 700 meters to the max. I can go to the top of that peak over there if I wanted to. Almost anywhere that you can see on this game, you can actually go to. These blades of grass, they look real to a degree, but they look good. And the fact that you can see the wind is blowing. Now, mind you, the wind isn't blowing each individual blade. You can actually see that. Let me highlight this section here. You can see two different leaves moving in two different grass types moving at different times. It's a small little patch here and a small patch there, closer together, and you can see them different. But that's just me nitpicking these graphics, mind you. But I mean, I would say look at the mountain there, but you can see the lines going through. But I don't know if the lines are from the force field in my way or not. So give me a second to get past this force field. This thing right here might be making those lines. Let me get out here really quick. I mean, you can see how well they did with a road. I mean, there's little divots and cracks in the road. Yes, when you actually focus on it, like zoom in and stuff like that, it does make it a little hard. I mean, look at that. That is a gorgeous scene right there. The view from up there has to be amazingly gorgeous. And the fact that you can see that far and make out the details of the little stream that comes down right there. In fact, you can see the coastline all the way over there. The fact that you can see the blue lines over there that signify another building. I mean, it's beautiful. And it's realistic. That's a realistic picture, because that far away, it wouldn't be crystal clear. It would be a little bit blurry, especially with fog and clouds and whatnot. So the photorealism of this game is beyond a doubt top of the line. Grade A. You can't get better than that. Even the topographic map on top is decent. It's not maybe the greatest of all time, but it's still good. This really is good. The only downside that there's a few downsides I have about this game, and one of the biggest ones being that I can't tell which networks are on, which are off. There's no way to change it, so I could be like, okay, here's a boundary, here's another boundary, here's another boundary, so I can find the Cairo networks and put them all back online. But at the same time, that's a small nitpicking thing of mine. So yeah, graphic-wise, amazing. There's a few points where the graphics do falter a little bit. I mentioned one before when Sam was in a cutscene and he was walking with his that Dreamcatcher necklace of his. It was kind of bouncing off of his body, not in sync with his movements. It almost looked like it was glitching out and spazzing a little bit on his body. I noticed that one right off the bat. It just stood out like a sore thumb. Some of the buildings in the game could probably do some work. Like, I mean, I know they're ruins, but they look all very similar. There's not a lot of differences between them. And they are, I mean, like I said, I know they're ruins, so they're meant to be kind of bland, but these are more bland. They look like construction was being built and then just stopped type of ruins. I don't see any windows even on them and stuff like that. You would think there would still be some windows or something that you could see from here, even like inside furniture, office building, whatever. Because some of these buildings you could get pretty close to, and you think you should be able to see something, but you don't see anything at all. So the buildings, they could have used some more work in the background, background-wise. I would have liked to have seen more.
Welcome to Capital, not City. Proceed to distribution center.
I would like to have seen more of this area, as in Capital Knot City has like a population of 67,000, and they're all underground? Really? You're going to tell me they're all underground? I would have liked to have been able to see more of the inside of the city, because that looks like it's an actual city where people will be living at. I would have liked to have been inside there at least once or twice to get a look and a feel of how big the city would be. Not just they're all on the ground, which is kind of what you first think until you do what I just did. You see the big wall over there. That's off limits to us, but it goes right in. That road goes right in. I did not realize that. 40 hours, I did not realize that. So there's a few things I could honestly nitpick about. The sky looks artificial and fake compared to everything else. The rainbows are cool though. I like the rainbow. That's a cool effect. Stuff like that. Just small little things I can nitpick about that if I wanted to. Storyline wise though, I have to give props to Kojima once again and the rest of his writing staff. I'm not gonna get harder. Shut up. We're done. We beat the game. One of the things I have to give props to him about, sorry, I lost my train of thought, was it's a complete story. It really is. It's an actual complete story. I have no questions. I have no questions unanswered at all. I know what the BTs are, and what they're from, and where they came from, and why they're still attached to our world. I know what the beach is all about. I know what Emily was as being an EE, and technically speaking, she ain't dead. She's just still waiting for her time to do a proper extinction, and the fact that she decided to fast forward time and throw an extinction event out there right now. She fell in love with Sam, I guess. I know that. I know that her and Bridget were the same, just one was her soul and one was her body, Bridget being the body, Emily being the soul, trapped on the beach. We know what Die Hartman's case was, we know who Cliff was, we know who Sam actually is, we know that Sam used to be a BB at one time, and that Cliff was our dad. We know that John didn't actually kill Cliff. Bridget came up behind him and pulled the trigger. So that was Bridget's fault, not ours. Not John's, I mean. We know that Sam has a child now. He got to have a child, the one he always wanted. But his wife died before he could actually have the child. And we learned that Lou is actually a girl whose name is Louise now. Or Louise. Louise? Louise. Yeah, Louise. So, Lou is actually a girl, and he has a daughter. Yeah, there really is no questions. It's a little strange how they do the the revival system. Can't say that damn word. And it shows the baby coming out of the float and holding a thumb up. But I believe the reason why that happens is because of the fact that Sam was a BB who died, got shot as well, and then brought back to life because of Emily. So that's why we see the baby giving the little that's like his memories regression, his memories and whatnot. It's like a reset button. Just like we also found out why Sam was having those memories, because they were actually his memories, not the BB he had attached to him the whole time, but his actual own memories. Just the BB was releasing those memories when he attached it, tore down the walls that were there, and Sam was able to remember his actual birth, so to speak, Kind of like how Mama could remember being in the womb, because she talked about it for a while. So yeah, storyline wise, all ties are ended. All ends are tied off nice and neatly. No questions for me to answer or ask, or answer both. So a full package storyline, which is a little different than what Kojima does. Usually Kojima likes to leave some stuff unanswered, and you could just have your own theories about it. I guess the only real theory that you might want to throw around out there, or the real only question you might want to ask, but I don't need it to be answered, is why the first void out actually happened. I kind of know why already. When she had the surgery at 20 and her soul got split from her body, because I was back at 20 years old, the BT started happening then, and they were very, very weak at the time. But as time progressed, and as the beach between Bridget and Emily were getting stronger, and the BTs were crossing that beach to get over, the BTs got stronger, and the void out eventually did happen. Yeah, besides that, I can't think of anything else to critique about this game. I might think of something later, and if I do, then I might talk about it later, but I don't know yet. But as far as I'm concerned, all the answers were given to us. I don't think I missed much. Maybe some of these letters. Maybe some of these letters might help if I actually sat through and read them. He wants to get back to being married, apparently. Bonafide hero shit. Wedding's back on. They're happy. They're going to have a wedding and everything. Which I think was their mistake the first time these two got married. They just did it. No wedding. If they actually would have had a wedding and gone through with it, it might have been better. Anyways, so yeah, the only thing that you could really critique about this game, if there's any critique at all, would be the gameplay itself. That's what I was going to mention. I need a script sometimes, I swear to God. Okay, the reason why the gameplay is fun. I mentioned scenery. It changes all the time. The only scenery I had a problem with was the snowy areas. In the snow, you really couldn't tell what was up and what was down. If there was a small little gap between two snow areas, you couldn't see it until you fell down that. I've lived in snow quite a bit. That's not how it works. You can see a cliff coming up even in the snow. So the scenery constantly changing helped a lot. The BTs, the mules, and the terrorists in this game actually added to the adventure as well. You either had to drive through BT territory and pray to God to get sucked under, or sneak through BT territory until you got the weapons you needed to fight them. And with the mules and terrorists, same thing. Mules only went after your cargo though, and terrorists went after you personally. And you couldn't kill any of them, because if you killed one of them, you'd have to take the body to an incinerator, or else a void out would happen, and that would most likely be game over too. Kind of like when the antimatter bomb blew up on my back, it was game over because I went poof. So those actually added to the gameplay. It really did. And then the reward system. The reward system was visible. It was acknowledged. It wasn't a, hey, thank you, here's money type of thing. It was, hey, thank you, here's some likes, which is weird that the likes is in the game, I will admit that's something that I do kind of find strange because it's like Facebook likes and all that stuff, and we're supposed to be pulling away from doing things just for the likes and whatnot, but the likes were done differently here. It wasn't likes for a picture or likes for a video or something like that. It was likes for something that you generally did and worked hard at. If this was a real situation and there was a person delivering you a package and they got there by foot without dropping the package, without damaging the package, you would like that. You would love them for that. You would thank them for that. And likes is a way of saying, thank you, you did an amazing job. I'll probably call on you again because I trust you. Then you had that star system as well. And getting all 5 stars wasn't just a, ooh, I got 5 stars. It was, here, put a star on your pant leg so everybody you walk past can see that you have max trust with us, that you actually succeeded in making us truly happy with everything you've done. You're now a VIP deliverer, basically. And that was also something that helped. Then on top of that, you also had the reward of being able to use more of the chiral network, so you could put up more buildings. You also had the fact that every time you did get a store completed, they added more resources for you to use in the game to go build more stuff, aka the roads or generators or timefall shelters or even bridges. So there was a reason for doing it. It wasn't doing it just to walk back and forth. When you completed the walking back and forth, you felt like you actually completed something. Getting that next star, getting that next improvement, it felt good. And that's something a lot of games don't always do. Some games have these level up systems, and it's kind of cool, gets the next level, but then after a while, it kind of becomes the same old, okay, ooh, I get better equipment, but I can make better than that. Or, ooh, I get some more money, but I'm already fucking rich. Or, ooh, I got some real money currency, which is always nice, but it's so far apart between each other. Level 1, or that level 5, you'll get some real money currency, and then level 50, you'll get some real money currency, and it's going to take you 10 days to get that level 50. The quickness of the reward system in this one was just better done. That's the main reason why I think the walking back and forth and the walking simulator part of the game was beneficial. It was fun, it was exciting, and it made you want to keep going. Like, I don't replay games often, and once I beat a game, I usually stop playing said game, almost never going back to it. This is probably a game that I'm going to come back to finish completing all the roads, which I won't be live streaming anymore of this. This is my last live stream until maybe the last road I put in, and maybe the last star I get. We'll see. We'll see in the future. If you guys actually want more, you can comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know. Getting all the stars, getting all the roads built, and designing a zip line system that can take you from point A to point B, C, D, E, N, F, N, G, and H, and I. Because there's like 30 places I can go to in the second area. And even getting the zip line system set up in this smaller area to go from each of the main cities right through the Mule City and right through the Mule's territory and everything, so that way I could just zip around and get the 5 stars very easier. On top of that, it would help out future players who happen to get onto the server I'm on as well, to do the same thing. Some people who might be like, well, I don't want to walk all this way, I'm getting tired of walking, can come back into the game and be like, holy shit, there's a zipline load system. I don't gotta walk anywhere, just zip, zip, zip. And I'm there. Now, mind you, you won't see the zip lines until you actually unlock those areas and networks, but at least they'll be there for you. So, that's my review of the game. A little bit more long-winded than what I expected to say, but I had a lot to talk about. This game is amazing. I do love the fact that the game brings people together in a much more unique way than any other game really has. You are benefiting off of other people's stuff. Example, that ladder is an online ladder. It goes up above for some reason, probably where the light was at. You have the online bridges that people have made for other people to just drive straight over. The online vehicles. My ladder is still there. The online generator. My climbing anchor is still there. What if they've been liked at all? My little ladder there. All these things, these signs that warn you not to pee here. There's a time fall over here. That for some reason somebody walked way out here, put a sign saying keep on going for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they did. That's their choice, I guess. It's kind of funny. Showing you signs for where the mules are at. You can probably walk around these mules if you wanted to, actually. I wonder if I could climb up here and walk all the way around that. Yeah, just all these little things, you know. The BT signs, the steep slope sign, the sign for where the memory chip is at. Like I have my not there anymore sign, but there used to be a sign out here that said memory chip. I had a memory chip over here that I picked up. I don't know if someone deleted it or what. My that over here, the sign that I put over here that said Xbox a spot for that nice Cairo thing. In fact, I don't see any of my signs on here, to be truthful. Those are all my anchors. I don't see any of my signs on here. I haven't really put down a lot of signs, though, have I? No, I haven't. So, I like the fact that it brought people together in a unique way, and it wasn't competitive, it wasn't PvP, it wasn't PvE really either. It was just, hey, let me warn you what's ahead. Or hey, here's a vehicle you guys can use. Or hey, here's a post box. Drop some stuff off there. If you can't deliver something, I'll deliver it for you. Or hey, take my delivery for me. Or hey, you need this weapon? Go ahead and use my weapons. I made a whole bunch of them by mistake or on purpose. I can share blood packs with you. I can do all this stuff. And it's all about working together. And that's really, really cool. And I hope more games in the future take this as a sign and try to improve on this type of online gameplay. Creators Bridge idea restaurant. Oh wow, this person's got 306. Damn, like that's a lot of likes. That is a high number, dude. You're an expert deliverer. Damn. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, preferred whale. Keep it up. 303 skill deliverer. Damn. Some people got some they got some shit going on, don't they? 303 and 306. There's an expert deliverer and a skill deliverer, so he has. Okay. Anyways, I do want to say thank you all for watching. This is what I'm going to end my live. This last bit of live streaming. I know I ended it and then came back so I could do this little bit of talking because I really wanted to talk about what was fresh in my mind. Shut up. I know. My name is Raysomona. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great time. Look forward to seeing if we can get Star Wars The Fallen Order working on YouTube. Last 3 live streams I tried to do. Last live stream I did ended up being 3 separate live streams I tried to do. Failed miserably. We will try again one more time. If it does not seem to work for some reason, I am sorry to say I will not be uploading any videos of that and I will not be live streaming it. I am sorry. If we get it to work though, then I'll live stream that one as well. And that'll be my last game for quite a while. But thank you all for watching. My name is Raysomona Games, and as always, I'll see you next time.